Alexa, what day is it?
Today is Friday, March 30th.
Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 8:29 a.m.
Alexa, turn on lamp 1. Hello, it's me, Linton, again. And we're going to continue on the project here. Don't let the title mislead you again. Most Dreaded Terror 17 Deer Mouse. Alexa, stop. She's so enthusiastic. Most Dreaded Terror 17 does not mean that one of our most dreaded terrors is blankets of deer mouse swarming up, going up and down the land, seeking whom they might devour. But notice that deer is spelled with 2 E's. It doesn't mean necessarily that they're adorable. All right, let's see here. We're slowly closing in. My own data suggests that at least one mechanism for the connection between fertility and kinship must be post-zygotic, since my fruit flies follow a population time course that could be generated by a computer program purely post-zygotic. Now there's a piece of evidence suggesting a pre-zygotic component. Widespread in North America, rodent called the deer mouse. The males compete. Professor Don Fawcett showed us when I was a Harvard medical student some pictures of different kinds of sperm. Most of us think of sperm as all looking about alike and rather plain, rather simple. True enough of human sperm, but that day the good professor showed us sperm from the Lydian Gerd. The head of the sperm was extremely complex. It looked like a warship. I suspect it was because the sperm competed with each other. A Gerd, you can think gerbil, is a gentle creature. They make good pets, and I wouldn't be surprised to learn that they don't fight much in the wild, but the sperm compete with each other. I'm thinking that happens with other animals. It's not the invariable rule. So here is our deer mouse, and yes, it's adorable. It's called a deer because of the tan back and white belly. It's got the coloration of a deer. Yeah, they're not pests on deer. They just happen to look like them to the human eye. Okay, so sperm can compete. Sperm also cooperate. In the deer mouse, they can stick to each other and form a sort of flying wedge. These are deer mouse sperm that have bunched up there and there and formed a flying wedge. This was reported at this point. I've seen similar reports from later on, but nothing quite so elegant. Well, you can imagine that if you are, it's flying wedge. My grandpa, my mother's father, played center in the days in football, in the days of the flying wedge. He went on to become a Presbyterian preacher, but the guy here, front and center of the wedge, he's going to take a bit of punishment. And sure enough, Grandpa's nose was as badly busted up as mine. Although I never played much football, and I don't know how you've seen the nose. Okay, it is assumed that all these sperms swimming together are able to swim faster or to do a better job of dodging anything else that might get in their way. Notice that sometimes it's, head to tail, sometimes it's head to head, but they can cooperate. Well, in this world of toil and sin, cooperation seems rare enough. It's nice to know that they will do that. The hooker is, here's another picture. Sometimes they overdo it. I don't see these. I don't see these sperm all tied up as being much of an improvement on one swimming individually. That snarl looks like it wouldn't be very effective. They're green because they've been stained for something called tubulin, of which I know nothing else. All right. And on that one, I can't lay my hand on the reference. I'm sorry. The zinger is that males of closely related sperm are much more likely to form a flying wedge than males of unrelated sperm. This same article, this one, showed pictures of unrelated sperm, and they're flopping around completely indifferent to each other. It's only if they're related that they form that flying wedge. All right, in this, I kind of suspect these sperm are all from the same male, and you can kind of see how it works. If there's no other male inside, it doesn't really matter how fast they move. It's only if things are tense that small and agile and fleet groups form. Very distantly related sperm don't do it or are much less likely to do it. Now, the word unrelated is a problem, Everybody's related. We're all related. Asparagus and blue-green algae, not to mention being cousins, much closer. But unrelated sperm don't bunch up. Related sperm do bunch up. And they bunch up thanks to something about the surface. The surface of the sperm can recognize a related surface. All you have to do is say that the surface has areas where you got complex chemicals. Some chemicals dissolve in water, some dissolve better in oil. Some parts of big molecules wet easily with oils, some wet easily with water. If you had a string of, bit of molecule, bit of molecule, bit of molecule, bit of molecule, and you line them up. So this is water soluble, oil soluble, water, oil, all the way up and down. And this has the identical pattern. Then when they get together, the oil wettable and the water wettable parts are likely to stick together symmetrically. Got that? So much for opposites attract. Identical sequence combined these two or more sperm together, simply because of the chemicals some of the chemicals they've assigned to their surface, right? So, all you need is for an egg to be as helpful in this regard as a sperm. If she has the same string of the same sequence on, okay, as an egg, a female, I don't know, if the egg has the same sequence of fat soluble and water soluble and the spacing the same as the sperm, then it's no stretch to say the sperm is more likely to stick to the egg of a related animal. That's all you need. So, we know that, so for a mechanism of pre-zygotic infertility, the zygote is not formed at this point. There is a potential mechanism, simple as can be, you could hardly ask for anything easier, that lets related sperm to stick to the egg better than unrelated sperm. So the failure of the unrelated sperm to stick to the egg is a form of pre-zygotic infertility, and at least half the mechanism is sitting right there in front of you. Well, we're not seeing the molecules, but we are seeing the binding effect of the surfaces of the molecules. So there you go. There is presumptive evidence. It's not proof, but it's a hint. Presumptive evidence for a pre-zygotic component to the infertility that comes from not mating with close enough kin, along with the post-zygotic element that we've pretty well nailed down with the fruit fly experiment. Right, well, I will just say goodbye to our friend the deer mouse. He's no danger. We might be, like the voles, we might be learning something. Alexa, turn off light 1.